What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. Today we're going to talk about money, and specifically customizations. War Thunder has been in development for a long time, and customizations have been one of those topics that I feel War Thunder has not really capitalized as much as they could have. Every month, and this actually just came out this week, as a matter of fact, we got a new round of authentic decals that we can unlock or purchase. This is one of my favorite features that has been added in the game in the last couple of years. This came out, I think, started in early 2018. We're now early 2020, and it's just a great feature. We have eye-catching decals that were used on actual vehicles historically, and they're really interesting. I really like it. But I have one issue with it, and we'll start off right here. It says, new decals will become available for unlocking and purchase for a limited time. After this time, they will be replaced with new ones. Players will retain the unlocked decals forever. Why is it only for a limited time? I understand unlocking it for free for a limited time, it creates a sense of urgency. But if we go to the game itself, so here we find ourselves in the decals section of the game, and this is the week's latest decals, right? Let's take the Lupo as an example. In order to complete this, you can either buy it for 200 golden eagles, or you can complete the tasks. And this particular task requires you to reach 2,000 points 5 times using rank 2 to rank 7 Italian ground force vehicles. That can be difficult depending on what vehicles you have and your skill level. So I can understand why the price tag of 200 GE could be alluring. But let's say, for example, I don't get this thing completed in time, and February 6th comes around, and these are all replaced. I can no longer get this. Why create such a sense of urgency? Why not put this, presumably, under the Italian tanks category, along with all the other decals that can be researched or purchased, like this one, for example, and put a price tag of, say, 250 or even 300 golden eagles. After all, you had the opportunity to purchase it at a discount of 200 golden eagles, or you had the opportunity to get it for free by completing a simple task. I say simple because that's, relatively speaking. Some of these are very simple, some are more challenging than others. But all of them cost no more than 200 golden eagles. This one you could only get with gold. This one you have to complete a task. There is no price. There's no GE price. So I can understand this one going from maybe 200, or you can bump it up 250, 300. I don't really care. The point is, Gaijin, from my perspective, is missing out on the potential to sell these to not just people who missed it because they went on vacation or something, but think about all the people who have started playing this game after these decals have come out. War Thunder player base is constantly changing over. There's people constantly coming and going, new players come in all the time. These decals, who knows how many new players there are every day. And we've been putting in new rounds of decals since 2018. I'm sure some of them would love to have access, and they would love to have access to some of the old decals, and would be happy to spend some GE on a couple of those old decals. I know I would. I've been around the game for a long time, and I have missed out on a couple of them for various reasons, and I would love to go back and purchase some of them. To me, this seems like a pretty obvious thing to do, and to not do it, it just seems like you're wasting assets. You paid a guy to design these 5 decals. These 5 decals every single month since early 2018, and you're just, what? They're just temporary decals, really. That's essentially what they are. Short-term access, and then you just take them away. Let people buy them, put them in under the proper categories, because I'm sure China will get some of theirs eventually. And yeah, let people buy them. Increase the price slightly if necessary. Figure it out, because wasting assets is not smart from a business standpoint. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is this. This is a camouflage that I've been talking about and actually showing in several of my videos. This is an old, I guess you could call it an early version of what would eventually be the Thunder League camo. Scorch grabbed this out of the CDK along with a bunch of others. I'll put a link to his live.warthunder.com post in the video description below. It's going to require a little bit of work to get this to work with all vehicles in the game, but it is technically possible to get to do that. Of course, you only be able to see it, and you can customize it. You can scale it up and down, rotate it, and all that sort of stuff as usual. But I would like to see War Thunder camouflages, or excuse me, the War Thunder Thunder League camouflages be made available for all tanks. That's right. That's where is it? Where's the Chaffee? Here it is. The Thunder League Chaffee is a vehicle I've not really shown off. This little thing was part of the Thunder League competition I believe it was a prize vehicle or something. I don't remember all the details as far as how to get it, but one of the interesting things about it is it included all of the Thunder League camouflages with it, and I love it. Here's the thing, Gaijin. Make all of these available for every tank in the game. You get so many interesting, unique camouflages that I would love to have access to these. One of my favorite tanks in the game is the T-32, and I believe it's got the Akai Victory camouflage on it. It looks amazing. I don't remember what all these look like. Some of these look better than others. But the point is, I would love to have access to these. I wouldn't buy every one of them, obviously, but I would, if these were made available for 100 GE, 200 GE each, something like that, I would easily buy 100 camouflages. Easily. These look amazing. I love these. Wish they loaded a little bit faster, though. And of course, just like the other ones, you can scale them up and scale them down, rotate them on, all that sort of stuff. Think. Then we'll have one last one, and that is the Verve camouflage. I like the Think one. I think the Verve and the Poltergeist ones are my favorite, if I'm honest. And this is kind of like what I've been using. It's a variation on the Verve. I like it. You can, again, rotate it and all that. Let me see the T-32. Let's see. Yeah, Kai Victory. I love this tank. Love the camouflage. If you gave me the option to buy the Kai Victory tank, or excuse me, yeah, the Kai Victory tank camo for all tanks, I would absolutely do that. You can put it here in among all these dozens of other camouflages that are basically just variations of tan and brown. Do that for every vehicle in the game, every tank vehicle in the game, and I would buy easily 100 of them. And that's what 100 times 100 vehicles times 200 Golden Eagles. That's what, 20,000 GE. You're looking at $100 easy just from me alone. And I can guarantee you 100 camouflages is on the low end of what I would be willing to buy. And I've spent a ton of money on this game. Camouflages are easily one of my favorite parts of this game. They break up the monotony of the tan and brown color scheme that the game tends to have. And I realize that it's, you know, a realistic environment and all that, but I really liked having the option to change things up. And if you take a look at some of the other games in the world that are really popular, they're doing really well on offering people the option to customize vehicles. And let's bring up the T80U. Is another vehicle that I think of. I would like to see more of this. Again, it's all about unique vehicle camouflages that I would like to see. Korean summer camouflage, this is the one. Every War Thunder video that I saw when the T80U came out had this camouflage on it. I swear. Doesn't matter if the person doing it was English or Russian language, everyone used it, and it's a unique camouflage. I wish we had more unique camouflages like this in the game. This actually reminds me of the old Thunder League camouflages. It's very reminiscent of that. Make more of these, Gaijin. And I would honestly buy this if I played top tier. Right now I don't really have a reason to play top tier at the moment. But if he had something like this, I would absolutely buy 200 golden eagles. Or I would definitely be willing to pay 200 golden eagles for a camouflage like this. Just fill up this camouflage list with more Thunder League camouflage options, and I know I, for one, would be willing to buy some of them. And I know some will be like, well, this doesn't really appeal to me, I don't find this interesting, I just want tan and brown camouflage, and that's fine. Classify the Thunder League camouflages as non-historical, so that you can disable non-historical skins in your options menu. I believe there's an option in there for disabling non-historical skins and decals. Now, Gaijin will probably say something like, well, we're saving the Thunder League camouflages as prizes for the esports people, the esports division on their TSS website. I looked at the TSS website recently, and I couldn't find any tournaments that were hosted recently that had anything, that included the Thunder League camouflages as a winnable prize. So if the esports people aren't using the camouflages, why not release them to the rest of Gaijin Entertainment so that they can be made available for purchase? Again, it seems like we've got a really good asset, and we're not using it. We're not making money off of it. Why? I mean, take a look around. You're doing asset flips. There was I think it was a Polish P-47M a while back. We saw. Come on, load up. Aviation. An asset flip of the BF-109G2 not too long ago with the Italians. Right now we're seeing the Chinese, almost everything in the Chinese tech tree is as an asset flip, including premiums. You got the new T-3045 and the IS-2, again, more asset flips. I would rather see, as much as I'm interested in some of these vehicles, I would much rather see us use assets that are more interesting, more rare, and could probably make more money in the long run. Make Thunder League camouflages available, make those decals available. These ones right here, man, make these available for permanently. Anyway, to me it just seems like we've got really good assets to be using, and we're just not using it to their full potential. I could be wrong. There could be other reasons why we aren't using all of these old assets, or even some of the new assets in these, file them away. Let people buy them long term. Let me buy this a year from now, if I decide to take a break, or if there's a new player. If he comes in 6 months from now, he won't be able to buy this under the current system. But file it away. Let people buy them in the future. Anyway, that's just my take. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care, guys.